Hello everyone and welcome to the Arundo Re Talks podcast. I am Angie Murin, Communication Officer here at Arundo Re. In this show, we're shining a spotlight on the major challenges facing the world of reinsurance. In each episode, we will be hearing from industry experts who are truly at the forefront of these issues. Today, we're looking at the role of innovation in reinsurance. In a sector undergoing a total transformation, innovation is absolutely key to navigating climate crisis, cyber threat, and over-market uncertainties. Big data, artificial intelligence, new models, innovation is everywhere. So, what are we really talking about here? And more importantly, how is it changing the game? We wanted to put those questions to the people at the heart of the subject here at Arundo Re. Pauline Roberts, Head of the Digital Office, and Arnaud Richter, Head of the Digital Factory. Welcome to you both.
Hello, Angie. Thanks for having us.
Hello, Angie.
Thank you both for joining us. To start with, I would like to ask you a simple question. When you hear the word innovation in the context of your job, what comes to mind right away? Arnaud, when we talk about innovation in reinsurance, what's the very first thing that you think of?
Well, it's really about all the tools that make everyday work easier for our teams, helping them work more calmly and effectively. Essentially, it's the ability to decide and act faster.
Reinsurance is often perceived as a very technical and somewhat discrete sector. Yet, it sits at the very heart of global risk management. When we talk about innovation in reinsurance today, what does that look like in practice?
People often narrow innovation down to just AI, but in reinsurance, it's much broader than that. It starts with data, then the models to leverage it, and finally the entire technological and human environment that allows us to use them concretely. At its core, innovation is what allows us to better understand and make better decisions when faced with increasingly complex risks.
Thanks, Arnaud. Now that we've set the scene, there's one reality we can't ignore. The risks themselves are changing in nature and accelerating. In other words, Pauline, risks are evolving very quickly. More frequent natural disasters, cyber attacks, new systemic risks. How is innovation helping reinsurers better understand and analyze these risks today?
Risks are becoming more complex and interconnected, and innovation allows us to process the data associated with them. For a reinsurer, the key is responsiveness and precision. Having an infrastructure capable of handling large volumes of data, whether it's structured or decentralized, allows for a much faster and more reliable response. Our team's expertise is essentially enhanced by these combined technological building blocks.
Do these new technologies and data allow you to anticipate events that were impossible to model before?
Yes, absolutely. Today, we have the capacity to process huge volumes of data quickly and with a level of precision that just wasn't possible a while ago.
Understanding risk is one thing, but at the heart of the reinsurance job is a crucial challenge: knowing how to price it. The central mission remains evaluating and pricing risk. How is innovating in data and modeling transforming the way we set those underwritings?
Innovation gives us a much more granular view of risk. We can refine our models and integrate more variables. That helps us better understand why a risk is priced in a certain way. At the same time, increased computing power allows us to run many more simulations. Pricing becomes more robust and much faster. This means teams have more time to refine, compare, and improve models while keeping everything consistent across the company.
For a long time, many of these innovations remain at the experimental stage. So, is the industry now moving from exploration to a more operational phase?
You're right. There was a period when many proof of concepts, POCs, were launched during a wave of innovation euphoria. Expectations were high, but when it came time to scale up, there was always a bottleneck. Many ideas weren't transferable, or we had to start development again from scratch. This led to some disappointment on the business side, and we had to rebuild trust with the business teams. Today we develop fewer things, but always with industrialization as the ultimate goal. This changes our entire approach to project design. Interestingly, when we recruit, we find that few candidates have experience in industrializing innovation projects, even though it's essential.
Thanks for that explanation, Arnaud. And concretely, what does this change in the daily lives of reinsurance teams?
The biggest change is that we spend more time defining the needs with them. From the very first user experience design workshops, they are involved in building what they need. That's the main difference. Rather than writing a specification sheet that commits us to months of work, or a quick brief on the back of a napkin, the IT and business teams work together to shape an application that is built to scale, not just as a one-off.
To make innovation a reality, companies have to transform how they work. How can structures like a digital factory accelerate this transformation within a reinsurance group?
A digital factory acts as a bridge between IT and the business side. It creates a framework for rapid experimentation. Using a hybrid agile mode, we build alongside the business teams based on their technical capabilities. In some cases, we handle full development. In others, we provide consulting and training. This allows the business teams to remain autonomous in their development while staying with a secure ecosystem.
Very interesting. Thank you, Pauline. Let's look even further ahead now. If we project ourselves into the coming years, which innovation could transform the reinsurance sector the most?
What will truly transform the sector is the ability to simulate the world in a much more dynamic way. We are moving toward a more proactive form of reinsurance, one capable of anticipating and adjusting continuously. We'll be navigating more complex and interconnected situations. We must keep following innovations in computing power, which will remain essential as models evolve, while also being mindful of sustainable, frugal consumption.
We've reached the end of this episode. What stands out is that reinsurance is far from the static image people sometimes have of it. The sector is moving, experimenting, and starting to deeply transform its practices. As Pauline and Arnaud have shown us, innovation has become a very concrete lever at the heart of decisions and operations at Arundo Re. It remains a major challenge, and we must keep adapting to a world where risks evolve faster than ever. In that sense, the coming years will be decisive. Thank you so much, Arnaud Richter and Pauline Robert, for being with us.
Merci. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to discover our upcoming episodes.